Alright everybody, this next one's coming straight from the heart, making the lyrics up right off the top of my head.
Tiny Rick, Tiny Rick, Tiny Rick.
Bigger game, bigger game, bigger game. Bigger game, bigger game, bigger game. Marvel Legends we got, BC collectible got 'em. Mass Code 112 we got 'em. Man, even no pops we got 'em.
What is up, folks? Good morning. This is Kevin, also known as the Tattooed Toy Hunter, and today I'm coming to you with a brand new series. Basically, I want to try to customize an action figure on my own. I see several other people doing it. I've tried in the past just doing like painting, just painting a figure, but this is going to be a little more in-depth into customizing and kit bashing. So it's going to be kind of a cross between the both. I'm going to be doing a full-on custom and kit bash. So as you see before you hear, we got some Rick and Morty figures. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I love Rick and Morty. If you love Rick and Morty and happen to watch their cartoons, there's a character named Tiny Rick.
Tiny Rick!
So anyway, Tiny Rick is actually, I thought, a very cool character to have as an action figure. So what I want to do is customize an existing action figure by cutting on them, painting them, and then kit bashing some of the parts, as you've seen from other YouTubers. So that's the plan. I want to use Poopy Butthole, because I like his smaller physique, shorter. I think he's about the right height for Tiny Rick. I'm probably going to use either this McFarlane construction head, or I might buy a second Rick Sanchez and use his head, because Tiny Rick doesn't actually have a neck. His head looks full grown to a smaller body. So this is the plan. I've got tools to do the actual work, and also you'll see here I got some extra equipment that I may or may not need. Again, this is my first attempt at a full-on custom kit bash hybrid job. So let's do a little bit of work today, and then follow-up series we'll get more into the other aspects of it. I know I want to do paint. I want to paint this feller skin tone again, because he's kind of got a jaundicey amber or yellowish skin tone, so definitely needs the skin tone that Rick Sanchez has. So it'll be a full-on paint. Luckily the t-shirt is actually the right color. I'm gonna need a lab coat like you see this Rick wearing, or I could probably if I buy a second Rick, I can take his lab coat off, trim it down, and then paint the sleeves white on this one. Something like that. We'll see. Any rate, I think it's fairly a doable job. I need to get with some of the bigger guys that do these customizings and find out, do I need to sand the body, because it has that kind of plasticky finish, which I think maybe the paint will or will not stick to. I may need to do a little sanding, and I want to find out what the best paints are for action figures like this. But I would just basically want to take this figure, take his head off, find a way to fasten a larger head to it, then do the painting, and need to customize a lab coat. So, and maybe even the little kind of chamber that he's floating in when he's like creating the clone. I think that would be a neat little aspect to the customization. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our figures in more depth, and then we'll probably call it a day.
Tiny Rick!
Alright folks, basically I just had to kind of warm this up with an iron, and the peg came out of the body, so nothing broken here. I will have to be replacing Rick, which I will do at the end of this video series when Tiny Rick is complete. But using him to make him, it's most of the parts I actually do need. So we will be removing his arms, And removing this coat, it looks like definitely removable. So we will be using this for the custom coat. We'll use the head, which will be a really easy custom part swap here. I actually did break my poopy butthole. As you can see, I broke the little swivel peg that's inside the body. I could have done it the right way and removed, like split the chest, warmed it up, warmed the glue. But what I'm gonna do is probably drill a hole into here to remove the plastic. And I don't know, I may remove this neck piece, because Tiny Rick actually doesn't have, as you can see, he looks more like that without the neck. So I'm probably going to remove this. This is just a little ball hinge that it's on. So that'll be an actual easy process to remove. And I'll have to replace Rick and Poopy Butthole, so that'll set me back a few bones. Of course I broke one. But all I need to do is that, and go out and pick up some paints once I get some advice from some of the guys that have been doing it longer. So I'm charging up my drill. I bought a new drill for this endeavor, a smaller battery operated chargeable drill. But this is going to be my new series. Today was kind of just to introduce it and to break some stuff, unfortunately. But this will be all for now, guys. This is Kevin, aka the Tattooed Toy Hunter. Thanks for joining me. Y'all take care. Bye.
Tiny Rick!
Yeah.